Hi guys, it's been quite some time since the last time you heard this music, and it was because I wasn't focusing on yapping that much. But to be honest, that's something that I want to change. And don't worry, I'll get to the title of this video. But first I just want to talk about my channel. Lately I wasn't growing so much and I'm not surprised, like that's because of the lack of uploads. And maybe if you're like a long time fan of mine, you can like notice that I really upped my editing game, but at the cost of like less frequent uploads, as well as, you know, just like more curated videos talking about like mainly the game, while a lot of you, like my subscribers, are here mainly because of the yapping videos I did in the past. So, you know, maybe for some of you, you probably missed these videos. I sure did. And that's something that I will focus on for the future days, maybe even weeks. Because I want to get back to daily uploading again. I'm like inspired by YouTubers that post daily and, you know, even if they post shit, it's like still get some views and like traction. Which made me realize that being more authentic just brings you more value into your life. And removing all the fluff and like overthinking and doing stuff that you don't actually want to do. Removing all these things just makes you return to monkey. Hence the title of the video. I just want to remove all the fluff that I just don't need in my life. I've been like scrolling again, not like for long, although at night I could actually go to up to, I don't know, like 20 minutes at a time. And it's not that I have some sleeping disorders, it's just that I don't want to do this shit anymore. I just want to lay in bed and go to sleep, rather than just looking into like random content. And maybe that's not the best advertisement for my videos, but for now removing the fluff is like my current mission in my life. And I've always been this like minimalist guy, although I was a guy that like makes a living off of the fact that he's a minimalist, which is crazy for me because like dude just lives in a shithole of a house. I mean, maybe not a shithole, but it's just something that you wouldn't want to live in. Like you have like a bed in the middle. I'm gonna try to look for the video so you get the picture. But I don't know, for me personally it's like not a minimalist style, but just like fucking crazy person in a psych ward stuff. And he had like a funny jacket, like backpack jacket or something it was called. And you know, you wouldn't catch me dead in this jacket. Like, I get that it's a cool idea, but you know what else is a good idea? Like a fucking black backpack. It's minimalist enough, so you don't have to like carry additional stuff or like some trash in your bag. And at the same time, you don't look like a fucking weirdo. But I'm not here to make a lifestyle out of minimalism. Although it is something that I would want to do in my life, where I wouldn't have like that much stuff. And honestly, on the daily basis, I feel like I just have a lot of stuff that I don't need. And you know, as an adult, probably every one of us has some like weird financial choices that we made when we were like a week younger and like instantly regret. So that's also something that I would want to do. Hence returning to monkey, because like they don't have shit. I mean, I don't want to literally not own anything, but it's just that I don't need a lot of stuff in my life anymore, at least. And to be honest, bro, like me talking about this stuff here, it feels good actually. I really miss this type of content where I was just like talking off the top of my head. And don't worry, I'm still gonna do like the better videos, so to say, where I will have some scripts, like better editing or something. It's just that nowadays I just want to yap. And because of that, I'm actually motivated again to post daily. Because the last time I was posting daily was like a year ago or so. And that was like the best growth for the channel, as well as the best period of my life where I just had more fun while doing everything in my life. And I just want a setup where I will have some like momentum built for spring and summer. Mainly because I wasted a lot of time and a lot of days and like a lot of resources actually too in this summer. So I don't know, I hope this video finds you in good place where you don't have to even bother about half of the stuff that I'm talking about. And if you do know about the stuff that I'm talking about, then we can just laugh together, I guess. But yeah, recently I started to cook again, and Maybe I'm lazy because I only eat steaks right now. Although on the other hand, it's not lazy because steaks are hella expensive, so I have to work twice as hard to get the money to eat the steaks. But the best part about them is that you can just make a steak in a fucking, I don't know, like 10 minutes. And instead of having to bother about like, I don't know, cutting a chicken and seasoning it, you just put a fucking steak on the pan and like it cooks. And honestly, at first I was trying to like get the spices right. I was trying to do like different methods or something. But in the end, just putting a fucking steak on a pan and adding a little bit of salt actually works better. For some weird reason, tastes much better. I watched some videos about like guys being stranded on an island and they were like hunting for their own food or something. And when they were eating like a fish, they were saying like, oh, this is the best food I've ever had in my life. So honestly, I wanted to try that too. And then let me repeat myself, just adding a little bit of salt is enough for the food to be tasty. And yeah, the salt is not bad for you. I mean, like if you add a fucking spoonful on a one piece of meat, then maybe it can hurt you somehow. But just sprinkling it a little bit on the meat is enough. And I personally actually love spices, so for me it was like probably a revelation of some sorts where I was trying to get the spices right, as I said, and nothing worked like as I wanted it to work. So again, it turns out in my life that just removing all the fluff and just resorting to basic science and instincts is the best. Hence returning to monke, because I don't want to like eat weird food. I don't want to scroll anymore. And that's also like the reason why I'm making video like this. Because for me it's like, oh, I have to plan a video, I have to script it, I have to blah 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 blah. And then when the time comes, I sometimes even get bored during editing a video. And I have a vault of ideas that I want to do like in anytime soon. Although some of them are in the vault for like 5 months maybe. But for me personally, focusing on just making a daily video will be like the highlight of my day probably, where I wouldn't have to fill it with other stuff. Just basically fucking around and doing nothing. Where I can just make a video, post a video, and I'm pretty much free to go to sleep because I've done everything that I had to do for the day. So yeah, just like trying to figure out my life for the, I don't know, 8th fucking time. And you know, just keeping things casual. So you know, because I'm posting daily, I'll just keep you posted. And about blindly following, like, I don't know if you like ever heard about Hamza. The entire situation with like the testosterone injections and just the fact that his best friend just like exposed him for everything. That shit was fucking crazy, and honestly, like, I don't know if I ever watch another video of his. Nowadays I just look at his videos and be like, bro, just stop talking, like, I don't believe you anymore. And at first it was like, you know, his advice was big revelation and all, but in the end it all comes down to just like going to gym and quitting video games, while you don't even have to quit video games because they're fucking awesome. Like, imagine not being able to play Dying Light for the rest of your life, and because you told yourself not to. That's fucking psychopath behavior in my opinion. Although, you know, on the other hand, like, not touching your willy because it's not November and everything, like, this is actually true. Like, we shouldn't do that. Although, if I gotta be honest, just getting a girlfriend solves this problem. So, you know, it's really not that deep. And returning to monke is basic advice too. Like, just remove all the fluff from your life and focus on things you actually want to do, while everything else is just fluff, like, oh, improve your testosterone, just go to fucking sleep. Or, you know, just do the Hamza way and just take testosterone and claim that you did everything naturally. You know, it's not that I'm hating on him or something, it's just that I'm disappointed. I was following his advice for a very long time actually, although it was like before I discovered that life is pretty much simple. Some things are complicated, and I get it. I have some complicated stuff going on in my life too. But trust me, just solving your problems is enough. And you have a problem like, oh, I want to have more muscle, then like go to the gym more often or adjust your training routine. Or if you're skinny like me, like just eat more. And it's not that like, oh, eat more means I have to eat more calories. No, like just eat more of the stuff you like steaks or pizza. And I absolutely fucking love pizza. There was a promotion in Domino's where you had 2 pizzas for the price of 1. And the payment didn't go through, so I cancelled it and tried to pay again. But then it went through 2 times and I had 4 fucking pizzas. And I ate it all in 2 days. And no, I'm not fat, and to be honest, it was like a great experience. Just knowing that you have pizza in the fridge and whenever you're hungry you can just like reheat it and eat pizza all day fucking long. Maybe in the near future I'll actually share my physique. But anyway, this is getting way too long, although I had really a lot of stuff to talk about. So see you tomorrow.